the third lesson on measurements for the CSEC mathematics series. Today we will learn to estimate the area of plane shapes. This is useful when dealing with irregular shapes and when precise measurements are not possible. Now, estimation is useful in many situations where exact calculations are not possible. It allows us to make informed decisions quickly, such as estimating the area of an irregular shaped floor that requires tiling to give the client an approximate cost. The first method we'll discuss for estimating the area of an irregular shape is called the bounding rectangle method. The first thing you'll do is you'll enclose the shape in a rectangle. Then you would calculate the area of the rectangle using the formula area of rectangle equal length by width. Next, you will estimate the fraction of the area that the irregular shape covers. You'll then take that fraction, multiply by the area you calculated, and then you can estimate the area. Let's try this example. We're required to estimate the area of an irregular shaped cloud if the figure is placed on a grid where each square represents 1 centimeter square. Again, we're supposed to be using the bounding rectangle method. First, let me draw a randomly shaped cloud. I will use this exact same cloud in all of the questions that I do from now on. Now that we have our cloud, let's place it on a grid. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take this grid and enclose it in a rectangle. Let me draw this rectangle. Now all I want to do is I want the rectangle to touch the edges or the boundaries of it. So I'll simply draw up to this point here, even though it doesn't go along the full grid. Next, I simply determine the area of the rectangle. I can see by counting this side, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, approximately 8, and I'll be putting this as cm squares. And then across, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 and a half, but I'll put 13. So here is 13. So 8 by 13, 80, 24, 104. That's the area of the rectangle. Now if I look, I can see a little piece here can be removed. 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 In my eyes, that looks like approximately 1/4 of the shape is uncovered. So that means 3/4 of the shape is covered by the cloud. So I take that 3/4 and multiply by 104, and I am able to get 2 into this 2, 2 into this 52, 2 into this 1, 2 into this 2, 6, and then 26 times 3. I'll be able to get 60, 18, 78. So I'm seeing that this here covers an area of 78 square meters, approximately. Another method of estimating the area of the plane shape involves using the grid. By overlaying the grid on the irregular shape, we can simply count each fully covered grid block as 1 unit of area. And for partially filled grid blocks, we simply say anything more than half, we count it as 1, while anything less than half, we ignore it. Alternatively, you can visually combine partially filled squares and collectively add them up to get 1 full grid square. This second part is a little bit more flexible and helps to reduce the chances of overestimating or underestimating the area. Now let's look at the exact same example again, but this time what we're going to do is we're going to use the grid to count the area. Now I'm going to use little squares to fill the areas and count them. I'll speed up this part of the video so you can count along as you see me draw the squares. Alright, so far I got 40. So I'll write that number down. Next, everything over half I count as 1, everything under half I ignore. So I'll highlight the ones over half in green. At this point I'll stop and say 22. Adding these together I get 62. The final method we'll discuss is called decomposition. What you will do is simply decompose the complex shape into simpler ones that we can estimate or calculate the area for easily. I'll decompose the previous example with rectangles, since that's the only formula I showed you. Later on, when you learn the formula for other plane shapes, you can use those shapes instead to decompose the complex shape. Here's the example. Notice it's the same thing, and all we're doing is we're using the decomposition method. All right, let me see a couple of rectangles. I can see this first major one here. All right, next I just simply need to calculate the area for each of these. So this is 2 by 2, which is 4. This is 1 by 3, which is 3. This is 2 by 3, which is 6. This is 5, 6, 7 by 4, 28. This is 2 by 4, which is 8. This is 1 by 4, which is 4. This is 2 by 3, which is 6. That's 10, 38, 42, 50, 53, 59. 59 cm squared. Now imagine if you had other shapes to work with, you can decompose this into simpler shapes. Alright, so that's it for this lesson. What we learned were 3 methods to estimate the area of a complex shape. And you can use any method that you wish as long as you can provide a quick, reasonable approximation. Thank you for joining me in this lesson on estimating the area. And in the next lesson, what we will do is we will calculate the area of various plane shapes. Feel free to leave any questions, comments below. And don't forget to use the Google Classroom for the series resources. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.